There is a town in the middle of the Australian desert that looks almost abandoned. The roads are dusty, the land is dry, and under the harsh sun, life seems almost impossible here. But that is the secret, because beneath this quiet desert surface, another world is hidden from view. Homes, rooms, corridors, and entire lives exist underground. This is Coober Pedy. Coober Pedy sits deep in the South Australian Outback, far from the crowded cities most people imagine when they think of Australia. Around the town, the landscape is open and unforgiving. Red earth, empty roads, dry wind, and endless space surround everything. Here, distance is not just something you measure on a map. It becomes part of daily life, part of the silence. At first glance, Coober Pedy does not look like a place where many people could live. The streets can appear quiet, the buildings are scattered, the surface feels sparse, dusty, and almost abandoned. But that is the secret of this town. The real story is not above the ground, it is hidden beneath it. In this part of Australia, the desert heat can be brutal, especially during the long, dry days. Above ground, the sun dominates everything. The light is harsh, the air is dry, and shade becomes precious. So people found a different way to live. Instead of fighting the desert, they learned to move inside it. Coober Pedy began with opal, the precious stone hidden beneath the dry and ordinary-looking desert ground. Miners came here searching through rock and dust, hoping to find flashes of blue, green, red, and fire. What started as a harsh mining field slowly became a settlement, shaped by the earth below and the people who stayed. At first, people dug into the ground because they were searching for opal, not because they planned to live there. But underground, they discovered something useful. The air felt calmer, the temperature more stable, and the walls already existed. Over time, rough mining spaces became shelters, then shelters became rooms, and eventually, rooms became underground homes. The underground homes of Coober Pedy are called dugouts, and from the outside they can look surprisingly simple. Some appear as plain doors in a hillside, with only a small entrance revealing what is hidden inside. But beyond those doors, the spaces open into bedrooms, kitchens, living rooms, and quiet homes carved into the earth. Above ground, the desert is bright, dry, and exposed, with sunlight pressing down on everything it touches. But underground, the feeling changes. The light becomes softer, the air becomes still, and the rooms feel protected. The desert has not disappeared. It is simply outside the walls, held back by layers of stone and earth. In Coober Pedy, even sacred spaces can be found beneath the ground, hidden inside the desert itself. Churches have been carved into the earth, with walls shaped by stone instead of brick, concrete, or glass. The result is quiet, simple, and powerful. A place of worship below the surface, where silence feels deeper than usual. Visitors do not come to Coober Pedy only to see the desert. Many come to experience what lies beneath it. There are underground hotels, underground rooms, and carved spaces where travelers can sleep below the surface. For tourists, it feels unusual and unforgettable. For the town, it is simply part of everyday life underground. Above the underground homes, the surface of Coober Pedy looks strange, rough, and almost otherworldly. The ground is marked by mining shafts, pale mounds, dirt tracks, vents, and signs of human effort everywhere. At times, it feels less like a normal town and more like the surface of another planet, shaped by survival. For many people here, the underground is not only a place to live, it is also a place to work. Opal mining shaped the identity of Coober Pedy, bringing people into the desert and keeping them connected to the land. Beneath the surface, miners searched through darkness, dust, and stone, hoping plain rock might suddenly reveal color. Life in Coober Pedy is shaped by distance, because the desert surrounds the town in every direction. The roads are long, the nearest big cities are far away, and the landscape can make everything feel remote. For outsiders, this isolation may feel extreme, but for the people who stay, it becomes part of normal life. But people do stay in Coober Pedy. Some stay for opal, some for freedom, and some for the quiet. Some stay because the desert gives them a life they could not find in a crowded city or ordinary town. In a place like this, survival is not only about shelter, it is also about belonging to somewhere unusual. Coober Pedy reminds us that the world is not always what it appears to be from the surface. A quiet desert landscape can hide bedrooms, memories, work, faith, community, and an entire way of life. Sometimes the most unusual places are not across oceans or behind borders. Sometimes they are hidden beneath your feet. At night, the desert changes again. The heat begins to fade, and the sky opens above the outback. The surface becomes quiet and dark, while underground, warm lights glow inside carved rooms and hidden homes. Coober Pedy becomes two worlds at once, one under the stars and one beneath the earth. In the middle of the Australian desert, people built a life where most of us would never think to look. Not above the land, but inside it, protected by the same earth that makes the surface so harsh. Coober Pedy is more than an underground town. It is a reminder that human life can adapt almost anywhere. This is Hidden World.